As an old player who had his love for this game revitalized, I have been on a journey learning a bunch of archetypes that has come out since my absence and relearning a bunch of stuff that I have been out of the game for so long. We're eventually going to be diving into every archetype in Yu-Gi-Oh! On this channel. Today we're going to be talking about the Labyrinth archetype. Never seen any of these cards before. I'm excited to talk about them. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with many YouTube channels. Let's get started with Arion the Labyrinth Servant. So these are Fiend I'm assuming they're all Fiend monsters. Level 4, Dark, 1800, 1100. Yeah, I've never seen any of these cards before. And excuse me if you can hear my notification there, guys. Sorry about that. You can send one normal trap from your hand or that set on your field to the graveyard. Special summon one level 4 or lower Fiend monster from your deck in defense position, except Arion the Labyrinth Servant. If another monster or monsters leaves the field by your normal trap effect except during the damage step, you can draw one card, then apply this effect. From your hand, either special summon one Fiend monster or sets one spell and trap. You can only use each effect once per turn. I could see this being a good card. The problem is I don't exactly know what's to come about, what kind of trap cards we're going to be taking a look at, so we'll have to go through these for me to determine whether or not these are okay cards. And we also have an... Didn't we just take a look at an Ariana? Regardless, I know it's a different card, okay? 1600, 2100 defense, 4-star, not bad. If this card's normal summon or special summon, you can add one Labyrinth card from your deck to your hand, except Ariana. If another monster or monsters leaves the field by your normal trap effect, except during the damage step, you can draw one card, then apply this effect. Hang on. Hang on. It is the same card. No, it's not. What? So, do they all have the same thing? If another monster leaves your field by normal trap effect, okay. From your hand, either special summon one Fiend monster or set one spell and trap. You can only use once effect once per turn and once per only that turn. So do all of them have the same top effect over here? Interesting. Let's continue on, see what it's all about over here. Okay, so no. We have Arius, the Labyrinth Butler over here, okay? 1500, 2500 defense. During your main phase, this is a quick effect. You can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard. Special summon one Labyrinth monster or set one normal trap from your hand. The set normal trap card can be activated this turn. When your opponent activates a card or effect in response to your card or effect activation of a normal trap or a Labyrinth card, except Arius, this is a quick effect. You can activate this effect in the graveyard. Special summon this card. You can only use each effect once per turn. I kind of get the vibe that we're going for. The only problem is I would have to take a look at what some of these trap cards actually do. Oh, that's going to be tough, man. Because usually we take a look at all of the monster cards first. You know what? We're going to run this backwards, okay? We're going to start off with Archfiend's Ghastly Glitch. If you control a Fiend monster, target one card in the field, destroy it, then you can send one Fiend monster from your deck to the graveyard. Okay, so you're taking care of your own cards, you're going to trigger those effects, and you get the extra effect of the trap card over there. We also have Welcome Labyrinth over here. Dude, the artwork on some of these cards are very nice. Special summon one Labyrinth monster from your deck. Also, until the end of the next turn after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters from the deck or extra deck except Fiend monsters. If a monster leaves the field by your normal trap effect, while this card is in your graveyard, except the turn that it was sent there, you can set this card. You can only use each effect once per turn. So a little bit of a different effect. It doesn't really destroy your monsters, which I don't know if nearly all of them are going to have the same effect, where it's like, hey, if your card's destroyed by a spell or a trap, this type of thing happens. We also have Setup over here. Target two of your Labyrinth spells and traps that are banished or in your graveyard, except Labyrinth Setup. Shuffle them into the deck. Then if you control a Fiend monster, you can set one non-Labyrinth normal traps of different names directly from your deck equal to the number shuffled. Interesting. Is there another archetype that this works well with? I'm not kept up on all the trap tricks cards. I know they're popular with the trap cards. That's just like a blind guess over here. I wonder what else it would work with, because you can get like blank Fiend monsters with a couple effects. You can get some just non-Labyrinth trap cards. We also have a field spell. Labyrinth. If you activate a set Welcome Labyrinth normal trap, you can add this additional effect to that card's effect at resolution. Also, after that, destroy one card on the field. I see where that's going. Okay. You can activate a non-Labyrinth normal trap card except during the damage step, or if you activate, excuse me, you can special summon one Fiend monster from your hand or graveyard. You can only use each effect once per turn. You know, this archetype's hurting my stupid brain over here a little bit. It's working with a bunch of cards where it's like, if you activate this non-Labyrinth thing, you get this. It's just a little bit weird to me. Maybe I'll have to judge an opinion as we continue on through all these cards, okay? We also have Labyrinth Barrage over here. Barrage, excuse me. When you activate a set normal trap card, except Labyrinth Barrage, this effect becomes that normal trap's effect when that card is activated. Also, until the end of your opponent's next turn after this card resolves, your opponent takes no effect damage from your card effects. Just double upping on something, I could see that working out, getting a couple of your monsters out there, getting a couple of the extra effects. We also, okay, we have a lot of trap cards to take a look at. Good thing I started circling backwards over here. We also have Fair Welcome Labyrinth over here. The trap card artwork is very different, which is a little strange to me. The monsters were really cool, and these are kind of like, eh. When a monster declares an attack while you control a fiend monster, target one card on the field, negate the attack, and if you do, destroy the targeted card. Then you can set one non-Labyrinth normal trap from your hand or deck. I wonder if this is something that you would use to just straight up destroy one of your own monsters, but I don't know how often you would want to do that because there's also a bunch of times where you would want to just straight up destroy your opponent's cards. This whole thing is breaking my brain over here. We also have Big Welcome Labyrinth over here. Looks like an Attack on Titan piece of artwork over here. Holy. Special summon one Labyrinth monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard, then return one monster you control to the hand. You can banish this card from the graveyard, then target one fiend monster you control, or if you control a level 8 or higher fiend monster, you can target one card your opponent controls instead, return that target to the hand. You can only use one Big Welcome Labyrinth effect once per turn, and only that turn. So, you can get any Labyrinth monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard, then you get to bounce a card. This is a very good card. And then there are some cards where you can add an effect upon that. I don't know, but we have a big boss monster over here, okay? 2900, 1900. Lovely Labyrinth of the Silver Castle. Weird names. This whole archetype is strange. Your opponent cannot activate monster effects in response to the activation of your normal trap cards. You can only use each of the following effects of this card once per turn. You can target one normal trap in your graveyard, set it to your field, but it cannot be activated unless you control a fiend monster. If another monster or monsters leaves the field by a normal trap effect, except during the damage step, you can destroy one card in your opponent's hand at random or on their field. Ooh. I'm always a big fan of hand destruction. I love taking cards out of my opponent's hand. I've always loved Mind Crush. I've always loved Trap Dust Shoot. I've always loved something Trishula. I've always loved something that affects the opponent's hand. But this is just a good card in general. You get to recycle your trap cards. You get the immunity. This is definitely a card that you would want to get out. Now, with that one trap that you just flat out get any Labyrinth monster that you want from your hand, deck, or graveyard, I guess this would be the regular target to that. We also have Lady Labyrinth of the Silver Castle. These cards are the same. Lady Labyrinth of the Silver Castle. What's the other one? Oh, Lovely Labyrinth. Okay. Why? Why make this archetype more difficult for me? Anyways, this one's 3000 attack, 2900. While you control a set card, your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. Also, it cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. You can only use each effects, the following effects of Lady Labyrinth of the Silver Castle once per turn. If a Labyrinth card or effect of a normal trap card was activated this turn, except this card, this is a quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position. When a normal trap card is activated, this is also a quick effect. You can set one normal trap with a different name directly from your deck. You have a ton going on with this card. You might even take this card over the other one. I don't know. I kind of like the Lovely Labyrinth of the Silver Castle a little bit better, but this one definitely has its uses too. Pretty easy to get out. The artwork's very cool. I like the artwork for the monsters on these cards, and not exactly the traps are kind of weird. We also have Labyrinth Stovey Torby. Or Torble. Torby. What? Weird, man. Quick effect. 0 attack, 2000 defense. You can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard and discard one card. Set one Labyrinth spell or trap from your hand or deck. If a monster or monsters leaves the field by your normal trap effect while this card's in your graveyard, except during a damage step, you can special summon this card. You can only use each effect once per turn. So you get the search, you get the free monster. I don't know exactly what you would use this free monster for. Maybe a link summon. I don't know if we're going to take a look at another card with that, but hey, you know what? Free monster is free monster, and you can get the discard effect with it too. We also have Labyrinth Coup Clock. This is a quick effect, 0/0. You can discard this card. This turn, you can activate one normal trap card that was set this turn. If you control a Labyrinth monster, if a card or cards is sent from your hand or to the graveyard to activate a normal trap card or your Labyrinth card or effect, except Coup Clock, while this card is in your graveyard except during a damage step, you can add this card to your hand or special summon it. You can only use each effect once per turn. I like that card. If you really need to use one of your trap cards, it would come in handy. The fact that you can recycle it too, it's an okay card. I don't know if there's anything else that we have to take a... No, we do. We have... What? These cards are so weird to me. So it's a bunch of... I know this is a chandelier, but it's like coming to life. Very strange archetype. The artwork's weird. The cards are weird. The effects are weird. The whole video might make me look like an idiot. Quick effect. You can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard and discard one card. Set one Labyrinth spell or trap from your hand or deck. If a monster or monsters leaves the field by a normal trap effect while this card's in your graveyard, except during damage step, you can add this card to your hand. You can only use each effect once per turn. Okay, so you can get whatever trap card that you want, and you can recycle it. I'm starting to get a little bit of the same theme with some of these cards over here. And we also have Labyrinth Archfiend. Very cool looking card over here. 2,000, 2,800 defense. I've noticed the defense are higher for some of these cards. Gains 400 attack for each normal trap with a different name in your graveyard, which would probably be a lot. Your opponent's monsters cannot target fiend monsters for attacks except Labyrinth Archfiend. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. If a trap card is activated except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is special summoned, you can set one normal trap from your deck that can only be activated when the attack is declared. That is a very good card. Very easy card to get out. You get another trap card. Again, I feel like you could just mix in some really powerful trap cards. I just don't know what you would typically use with this archetype. I like a lot of them. But guys, if you want to watch me learn about some art cards and our Yu-Gi-Oh pieces and archetypes that doesn't break my brain, then you can check out this video on screen right here. I'd love to have you over there. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, everybody.